Cultivating or experiencing detachment, also considered as non-attachment or dispassion, is a somewhat complex subject in spirituality. People often think that detachment means becoming cold and uninvolved with the needs of others. Detachment should not be confused with indifference, lack of emotion, and lifelessness. Actually, detachment in Indian philosophy is a vibrant, open, and expansive way of living. It can, according to Swami Rama, be more accurately described as love, or as a wonderful energy of openness, freedom, joy, giving, selflessness, and fearlessness. The Vedantic philosophy of Vairagya or detachment says you own nothing, so there is nothing to fear. Everything you need for the purpose of life is there in abundance. So there is no reason to be possessive and selfish about the things of the world. They are not to be acquired or hoarded. They are meant to meet not the needs of the body alone, but also of inner life. There is no reason to worry. Just live life as fully as possible with what you have. When understood in the correct perspective, detachment is not becoming cold but remaining balanced in the face of adverse situations. It is not running away from responsibilities but developing the capacity to refrain from suffering pain. Meditation is the way to cultivate and practice detachment. When the process of detachment takes place from emotions that produce suffering, then the quantity of thoughts begins to improve and their velocity decreases. This is because when we begin to observe our painful thoughts and emotions, their intensity drops off. The brain therefore begins to relax and heal, whereas during stress and overthinking, the vibrations in the mind and brain become very fast and very bothersome. Meditation purifies the thoughts that are present in the subconscious mind and changes the way we relate to our thoughts and situations. We begin to realize that I am not the thoughts, but a creator of my thoughts. I create them. Therefore, I alone can remove my suffering by not getting unnecessarily entangled in whatever thoughts are passing through my mind. Detachment can be inculcated through contemplation during meditation of the impermanent nature of reality. In life, changes are inevitable. Everything is in a state of transformation. There is no permanent reality. Therefore, we must not get excessively attached to people, possessions, and situations. If we are weak owing to our attachment to a person who is suffering, that would not help, as we need to remain strong to help that person out of his adverse situation. By being detached and therefore calm, we can provide better care, compassion, and love. We should be capable of loving people in our life without clinging and being very emotional. This would save us from being miserable and unstable when our expectations from them are not met. Detached way of looking also helps to cultivate the spirit of tolerance within us. This can happen when we avoid being judgmental about the way people think and live. Being judgmental creates negative feelings and emotions within us. But when we refrain from being judgmental, this will naturally promote inner peace and calm. When we consciously keep on widening our sense of connectedness to a variety of people, then it helps us not to be very restricted in our attachment only to certain ways of thinking and certain people. Being only body conscious will lead to desires, and desires would lead to suffering, as everything is impermanent. To overcome this suffering, we have to cultivate detachment. To achieve it, we can follow the path of renunciation or find a balance between renunciation and fulfillment. We acquire a tendency to possess and hold on to negative experiences very early in life. So, the practice of letting go is very important. Without letting go, we cannot live a peaceful life. If the mind gets stuck onto a particular thought, then our peace is disturbed. So, detachment alone can ensure that we are happy and live life with enthusiasm. Detachment will develop when we relate to persons in our life as between soul to soul and not as between position to position. Detachment also creates long and strong relationships, as when we are detached, we are stable and therefore emotionally available for others. It also means complete acceptance of the other person with both his negative and also positive points. In marriage, similarly, both the partners may suffer on account of angry emotions of each other. But even if one can retain a detached state of mind, it could help in bringing about faster reconciliation and help them retain their inner peace. Detachment can ensure that we live an intense and vibrant life. It is a mental state which helps cope with all situations in life.